Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when Believe was just a fireworks show.
This is episode 142, our predictions for the Disney Believe.
Or, does this mean the fireworks on board will also be Believe?
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 142 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we're headed out on the high seas today. Well, again, we're not really headed out on the high seas, but
we're pretending.
in our minds we are on the brand new Disney Believe, which still hasn't actually been built. This is just the new one that they just announced that's coming in
2027.
2027. Oh, wow, that is quick.
I know, right?
They're getting good at this. Yeah.
They are. And there's supposed to be, 3 more following? So, yeah, we weren't planning on doing another predictions episode so soon, but if they're going to keep making announcements of things, we're going to keep predicting things.
Well, yeah, but every once in a while we get them right.
We do, and it's really fun. If you haven't done this kind of thing and you're a Disney freak like we are, I highly recommend it. It's a really, really fun exercise. So like Rod said, it is due to join us in late 2027. It's going to be the 4th in the Wish class, which I'm very excited about. We got to journey on the Wish back in 2021.
Oh, goodness. The year it came out on the high seas, we were supposed to be on the second cruise that went out and ended up getting canceled. So we went for Thanksgiving instead.
It was so fun. It ended up being a Christmas cruise. It was the first Christmas cruise that went out. It was
so much fun, too. Those boats are just amazing.
So excited. So this one has, they say it's a motif of promise and possibilities, and it's based on characters who pursue their dreams. So I like that. We did some Disney Cruise Line predictions, or not predictions, but Blue Sky a long time ago, and I can't remember what we said the names of the ships would be. But I don't know if Believe was one of them. I think mine was like Imagination or Imagine or something like that.
Yeah, there was several that we had. I think I said the Frontier.
Oh, that would be a good one.
The fantasy already existed, so I thought maybe they were going to go, I figured the next one would be the Bayou Country. No, that's a little weird. New Orleans Square? That'd be a great name for...
No, how about no?
Maybe not. But I love the name Disney Believe.
I do too.
Yeah, I've heard some people say it doesn't roll off the tongue like the other ones. I don't agree. I love this name. I think it fits Disney and Disney Cruise Lines perfectly.
Agreed. So if you haven't seen the ad yet, I highly recommend. I don't know. Is it an ad? It's an announcement.
It's really a teaser made to make you cry.
It worked.
Welcome to being a Disney adult, where you cry at fireworks shows and Disney commercials, like the Disneyland Paris one with the duck, and the new one for the cruise lines with the dog towel animal. That's just cruel.
The new Disney Cruise Lines commercials are brutal.
That one just made me bawl like a Disney adult. So yeah, there we go. Anyway.
So the previous 3 ships were the Wish, Treasure, and Destiny. We are going to be referring to those as we go through so that you can kind of reference what we're talking about. Rod, let's talk a little bit about the announcement. Which characters do they actually mention in the ad?
Well, they go from Encanto to Frozen, all the way back to Snow White, Ariel, and Moana. So I think those are going to be probably the principal characters on board.
It sounds that way, right?
And then in the video, though, too,
yes,
there were other ones that were seen.
Now, this is important because while we see these images of the characters, they're doing a spiel, narration. There we go. It's narration where they're mentioning all the names of the other ships. So are the characters that they're showing because they already have representation on one of those ships? Or is it because it's coming on the Believe? We don't know because like Rod said, this is more of a teaser than it is an actual announcement or advertisement. So,
which is why we get to do predictions.
Exactly. We love it. So run through some of those that we see in the ad but aren't mentioned by name.
Oh goodness, there's Jack and Sally, Groot, cast of Inside Out 2, Sully, Sorcerer Mickey, they show the Millennium Falcon, Buzz and Woody, Iron Man, Nick and Judy, Rapunzel, Flynn, Jack and Sally. So, I mean, there's a whole myriad... Did I say Jack and Sally as well?
You did.
I like Jack and Sally. Okay, well, that's fine. But there's a myriad of characters that they show, so it's going to be hard to tell who they pick to theme things after. So that's where we're headed right now. Well, let's start with who's going to be on the stern of the ship.
So this is always a very fun thing that they do, is they put one of the characters in 3D on the stern of the ship, on the back of the ship. So let's run through who has been on there previously, because it's not going to be any of those, we can assume. So we have Goofy on the Magic. We have Donald and his nephews on the Wonder. Sorcerer Mickey on the Dream. Dumbo and Timothy Q. Mouse on the Fantasy. Rapunzel and Pascal on the Wish. Peter Pan and Hook on the Treasure. And Spidey and his Spidey bots on the Destiny. And then on the New Adventure are Captains Mickey and Minnie. So, Rod, who do you think might be on the stern of the Disney Believe?
I think it's going to be Baloo and Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Oh, I love that! You went classic.
I did, and there'd be the vines hanging off that they're hanging off doing the painting from. And
very fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Who did you think on this one?
Oddly enough, I also chose vines, but I went with a little newer one, and I went with Mirabelle and Isabella. So they are also using the vines, but because Isabella is creating them.
Oh, so Encanto. I love that.
Encanto, yes.
Great idea.
So we're going to hear a little bit more about Encanto in a little bit.
Oh, you betcha. So that's outside the boat, but inside there are statues in every boat. As you first walk in, it's the first character you see are these statues that are there. And
yeah, and people get really excited about who's going to be the lobby statue. So it's kind of a big deal. And people collect the statues in their miniature form.
Yeah.
They sell them on board, and you can only buy them on board or probably eBay, but don't do that. Don't encourage people. But that's the only place you can get them, and people do collect them for each ship they've been on. So it becomes a big deal. Okay, so previously, we have Captain Mickey behind the wheel with his little, what do you call that? Like his sailor, no.
Who's captain's?
It's not
it's
captain,
like a slicker.
Yeah, it's like his rain
like he's outside
gear.
Steering the ship.
Yes. So that's Captain Mickey on the Magic. We have Admiral Donald on the Dream. Minnie in her fabulous 20s outfit on the Fantasy. Ariel on the Wonder. Cinderella on the Wish. Aladdin and Jasmine on the Treasure. And Black Panther on the Destiny. And from what I've seen, I can't find anywhere that's confirmed that there's actually a statue on the Adventure. I heard some people speculating that it was going to be Snow White, but I never heard confirmation that she's actually on there, so I don't know. So, Rod, who did you put as the lobby statue?
My idea for the lobby statue was Moana.
Me too!
Yeah, it seems like a perfect fit for this. It's the ocean, it's the seas, and it's a very popular character, and it fits in perfectly with Believe.
Agreed. Oh my gosh, perfect, yes. I think it's going to be Moana. I can actually picture her standing there with her little Moana pose, and I'm excited to see her, and we don't even know if she's going to be the statue.
Well, Pooh and Hey Hey will be down by her feet, of course.
I hope so too, because with the Cinderella statue, they did that with Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he hasn't been a tripping hazard, and it would be really fun to have Pua and Hey Hey as those little offset statues up there with Moana as the main thing. I think that's so much fun when they do that. And I'm already excited about Moana, so I really hope they go with this idea.
Well, next is the main dining, or the most immersive dining location. I mean, they always have a Marvel and one like 1923, which is the more classical studios-based one. So on other ships, Sue, what have we seen?
So on the Wish, we have Frozen, which is Arendelle. On the Treasure, we have Coco. And on Destiny, we have Lion King.
Yeah, all shows that are going to make you cry. You don't need that while you're eating. Now, the Frozen one we have seen, and it didn't make you cry. It just made you laugh because it has Oaken and a real Olaf.
Oh, look at that. I've been impaled.
I love that.
That was awesome.
So, Sue, what do you think will be the main character or theme for the main dining?
I went back and forth on a couple of them for this one. But ultimately, I went with Encanto. I almost put them for the Broadway-style show because I think that would be fabulous as well. But because of the arepas, I put them for the dinner show.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
The music is so good. The characters are so good. It would be just so fun to immerse yourself in that world the way that those dining shows do. So I'm shooting for Encanto on this one. What did you put for yours?
Mine is something that has been tried already on another ship.
Really?
And that is Wonderland. This is going to be Alice in Wonderland, and the main tea party is going on, but the Queen of Hearts comes in, and the Cheshire Cat shows up all around the room in different video and graphics and things. And, of course, the star is Alice and Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And it's going to be amazing.
That would be incredible. I would love that so much. I would love the Encanto show, but I'm kind of rooting for you to get this one.
I'm going to throw a little side one on here because we know that the other two are usually Marvel and something akin to 1923. So for the Marvel show, I'm thinking it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. So I just kind of threw that as an aside. We didn't really have that as something we were going to talk about, but I just think that would be so much fun.
That would be good. Now, on the Destiny, they do have Groot and Rocket.
Yeah,
so they're already sort of in there.
That's true. They kind of have a smaller version, but my opinion is it should be a full-blown... The show is full of cast as opposed to just graphics on the video.
Yes.
So yeah.
That would be really
I consider
fun.
that... I mean, yes, of course, that Marvel has that, but it's so underutilized. Yeah.
Yes. I'm saying that it's going to feature Iron Man just because we saw him in that promo.
Ooh, one of the best places to go on the ship is the sweet shop.
I love it.
What do you think is going to be the theme of the sweet shop? Because there we've seen, Zootopia, and what other ones have we seen?
We've seen, the first one on the Wish was Joyful Sweets, so that was Joy and Sadness and the original Inside Out gang. And then we had Jumbo's Treats, I think it's called, which was Zootopia.
Oh,
and then
right.
Edna a la mode, which I just think is adorable.
I love that. That's
so,
a great
yeah,
thing.
right? So fun. So I'm thinking that this one is going to be Frozen, and this is where that Frozen element is going to come in, is at the sweet shop, because they do sell ice cream and gelato, sorbet, and I think that they could make a really fun theme in there for Frozen.
I like that idea.
What did you put for yours?
My thought was going back a little further in time and looking at Peter Pan and calling it Tink's Treats.
Oh,
and this would be Tinkerbell themed. My thought would be leave out the other fairies from the storyline, from the canon,
from
and
Pixie
go back
Hollow.
to the film. From Pixie Hollow. More just from the film Peter Pan.
That's fun.
So a little more old school. You've got Hook and Smee and Peter and Wendy and the kids scattered around. And, yeah.
That's a really fun idea. I like that. All right, next up, let's talk about one of my favorite things, which is the Broadway-style show. Now, previously, we have seen on the Wish they have Aladdin, and then they also have a version of Little Mermaid, which is a little different. It's not directly from the film, like the music is different. So I kind of threw that one in there, but that's mostly what we see. And then on the Treasure, we have Moana and Beauty and the Beast. And on the Destiny, we have Frozen and Hercules. So Hercules is the main one, Moana is the main one, Aladdin's the main one. What do you think is going to be our main show on the Believe?
I'm going to continue down that same track I was just on, and a new version of Peter Pan.
Ooh!
I think that fits, again, perfectly with the idea of the theme of Believe. And it's something that they haven't done from Disney, actually, on Broadway or anyplace else in a long time. So I think a revamped version, Disney version, is long overdue, and I think this is a great place to do it.
And probably without the What Makes the Red Man Red song.
We're going to leave that out.
Yeah,
yes,
that's not going to be in there anymore.
Still in Magic Kingdom's version, but oh well. Disneyland fixed it.
I wonder if you watch it on Disney Plus, I wonder if that scene is in there.
That's a good question.
Huh.
We'll have to try and
It probably
watch
just
that
has
sometime.
one of those warnings.
A
at the
disclaimer,
beginning.
yeah.
So
what's your idea?
I went with a newer one, and I went with Rapunzel. The music is so good. The scenery is so good. I love the setting of Rapunzel. Characters are great. They do have a Rapunzel dinner show on one of the other ships, so they could kind of take that same idea and just expand it to be on the big stage. But I think that one would be really fun.
Okay, I'm going to throw just a subject at you.
Uh-oh.
Adult bars and pubs and spaces. This is one of my favorite things to do on the Disney ships,
Yes.
is to go to the themed pubs in those areas. So we've got the piano bar, we've got the themed bar, we've got the pub bar, and we've got the lobby bar.
There's so many.
Let's start with the piano bar. So that one has been Nightingales. It's been Scat Cats. It's been DeVille's. Love that idea, by the way.
Right? So we have Cinderella represented, we have Aristocats represented, and we have 101 Dalmatians represented on the previous ships. What do you think is going to be the new one?
Mine is going a little bit more towards the animated side, not the films, but it's Doofenshmirtzes. Actually, it's Doofenshmirtzes. There's an extra ITZ on the end to give it possession for Doofenshmirtz.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And it's completely Phineas and Ferb and Doofenshmirtz themed.
Doofenshmirtz Able Incorporated.
Perry the Platypus, of course, is showing up in places around the location.
Or is it Agent P?
Or Agent P, yes. That's true.
It's hard to tell the difference.
What's your idea for the piano bar?
I went classic, and I went with The Little Mermaid. And the reason I did this for the piano bar is because they always have featured drinks, and I thought it would be fun because she's associated with the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like a champagne theme. And because she loses her voice and has to get her voice back, and it's a piano bar. I just thought that was kind of a fun thing. So I went Little Mermaid.
All right, so the themed bar. So for this one, we've seen the Haunted Mansion and we've seen Star Wars. Sue, what do you think is going to be the theme of that space?
This one was my hardest one because I was trying to stick within the theme of characters who pursue their dreams, but Hyperspace Lounge, which is the Star Wars one on the Wish, and Haunted Mansion Parlor, which is on the Treasure and the Destiny, those don't really follow the themes of those ships either. They just kind of took a bigger theme and just went with it. So I stayed in the lane that they are in currently, which is picking an attraction that has a strong backstory and a world that you could become immersed in. So I went with Tower of Terror and the Tip Top Club.
Oh, that's perfect. I hadn't thought of that. That's a great one.
I think that would be so much fun. I wish that they would do this at Hollywood Studios. But since they haven't, here's an opportunity to put it on the cruise ship because I think it would be so much fun to immerse yourself in that 1920s, early black and white, Twilight Zone, like just that kind of spooky that they already have going with the Haunted Mansion that's been so popular. So I'm hoping that they don't repeat the Haunted Mansion for a third time, and I hope we get something similar by doing the Tower of Terror. Rod, what did you use? Well,
I'm staying with the attraction world, and mine was Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh,
and it's more of a Western theme inside
like a saloon.
Like a saloon inside of a cave, actually. So, and the idea for this came from the Top of the Rock down here in southern Missouri, where they actually have a bar inside of a cave.
Love it.
So that was kind of my thought. It's a little more simplistic. I love your idea, so I think you take this one as far as if we're keeping score. Sue wins this one.
But I like your idea a lot. I love the Big Thunder Mountain idea.
Then at the back of these ships, there's the pub bar. We've seen Pirates of the Caribbean. We've seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Then on the Wish, it's just called the Keg and Compass. It didn't really get an attraction theme or a movie theme.
It's kind of piratey, but not exactly.
Yeah.
So, Sue, what is your idea for the pub bar?
For this one, I went back to our inspiration for the lobby, and I went with the Moana and Maui theme.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think that would be so fun for a bar like this, and it lends itself to that tiki vibe. You could do like a Trader Sam's kind of thing. Is that the right? Yeah. Trader Sam's. Yeah. Suddenly, that sounded wrong. But I just think that would be really, really fun, both with decor and with drinks. I think that would be really fun. Rod, what did you do?
I'm going old school Pleasure Island and the Adventurers Club.
Oh my gosh,
and
yes.
The bar is simply called Kungaloosh. Yeah, we've been needing this for a long time. Well, yeah. We've been needing a rebuild of this for such a long time. I think this is a great opportunity to do that.
Now, Rod, for those who aren't familiar, who only know it as Disney Springs, tell us a little bit about Pleasure Island, about the Adventurers Club, about Kungaloosh.
Way back in the day when this area was first built up, Pleasure Island was a nightclub district that you could go to every night, and it was New Year's Eve every night. You could go hear Johnny and the West End Boys play down at a big stage, and they would count down to midnight, and there would be confetti and I think even fireworks at midnight every night, which I'm sure the people in the hotels around there didn't like. But it was really, really fun. As a cast member at the time when I was out there, it was just a great place to hang out after work because the annual passes were so cheap, too. It was very popular with all the locals.
There wasn't a separate fee. It wasn't like Disney Springs where you could just walk in.
Yeah, it's true. And you could get an annual pass. And it's funny, a couple members of Johnny and the West End Boys became Off-Kilter.
Oh, yay. We love
I
them.
just love that. So the Adventurers Club was one of the nightclubs. It was down in a lower level, and it was basically the beginning of the SEA, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. And it was haunted by the ghosts of past adventurers, and they would play the piano, and the walls were full of animal heads and tikis and things, and they came to life every once in a while. It was just an amazing place. It was full of characters. They had entertainment that would come in and just improv all night long.
Kind of like you see it.
So fun.
Like you see at Darkmoor in Epic Universe.
Great example, yes. Exactly like that.
So that's where Kungaloosh comes from as well, as that was what they would say to toast. Right?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
I was too young at the time, so I didn't actually get to experience Pleasure Island in all of its glory. So that is a fantastic idea. I love that. I like my idea of Moana and Maui, but I hope they go with that one. Okay, so also on the Wish class ships, we have a bar that is right off the lobby. On the Wish, one that's based on Tiana. We have one that's based on the Jungle Cruise on the Treasure, and we have the Sanctum, which is based on Doctor Strange on the Destiny. So, Rod, who do you think should be featured in the lobby bar on the Believe?
My idea has it going back to the history of Walt Disney Animation, and it's simply called the Commissary.
Ooh.
And it looks like a studio's kind of restaurant. So if you were at the studios or Imagineering, there were restaurants that are commissaries that you could go and get lunch. And so there would be, off to one side, you would see Walt's office, and you would have Roy's office. Well, not Roy's office. Did Roy have an office?
I'm sure he must
I'm
have.
sure he probably did. But it would be almost like the animators' palette restaurants on the other boats, but in a bar form.
That's fun. I'm picturing ABC Commissary that we go to all the time at studios.
Yeah, but a little more 1920s, 1930s look, like the original studios look, is my idea.
I think that's really fun. I also went back to original animation, and I chose Snow White. So probably her wishing well, or I don't know, the wishing well is probably what they'd call it. I don't know. But I think it would be really fun to have some Snow White-based representation, which we got teased with in the trailer. So hopefully she's going to show up somewhere. This is where I think it might fit.
I like that we both went old school.
Yeah,
yeah.
Classic. Very classic.
On the 4th and 5th floor. 4th and 5th? 3rd and 4th. Anyway,
I think
off
it's
the
4th
lobby
and
and up one floor, there are 2 coffee bars as well. They're kind of a combination coffee and bar. It's really kind of an odd thing, but they're the specialty coffee locations. And on this class of ship, there are 2, one above the other. And they each have a little bit different theme. So on the other boats, what are these called?
Yeah, so on the Wish, we have the Wishing Star, which is based on Pinocchio, and the Enchanted Sword, which is based on The Sword in the Stone. And then on the Treasure, we have one based on Moana, and it's featuring Hey Hey. And we have the Jade Cricket, which is featuring Cricky from Mulan. And then on the Destiny, we have Megara and Merida. So Megara from Hercules, Merida from Brave. So, Rod, who do you think will be featured in the new coffee bars?
Well, originally I had Wish written down.
Oh.
With Asha and that kind of
They are
look.
really trying to move that one movie.
But I went across the seas, and the first one is called Shandu.
Oh.
I love it. It's from, of course, the character at the Sinbad ride at Disney Seas. And he's the little tiger cub. And I just think that'd be a great nod to a different
Bringing
attraction.
in a little piece of Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of the cutest characters. If you haven't seen him, go look him up. He's so cute.
And then my other one was Timothy's, and it was Dumbo themed.
Oh, I love that. That's really cute. I didn't give names to mine, but I went with characters that were in the trailer that we haven't seen represented on other ships. So I went, the first one is going to be Mike and Sully's, or maybe Booze.
That'd be fun.
And have...
No, they serve booze. Oh, yeah, that may not be for a Disney
that
ship.
may not be right.
That's funny.
That is funny. So I think Mike and Sully maybe, and do like a Monsters Inc. themed. And then the second one, I think, is where we're going to see Jack and Sally. And we're going to get sort of a darker
Halloween
atmosphere.
theme. Yeah. Or Nightmare Before Christmas. So it could be Christmas, Halloween combo.
Right.
I
and
like
have
that
some
idea.
of the potions as options for drinks. I think it could be a really fun theme. So I think we're going to see Jack and Sally in one of those coffee bars. Because we haven't seen them anywhere else.
Yeah,
we
I
haven't
like
put
that.
them anywhere else. So, yeah.
So, folks, those are our predictions for the new Disney Believe cruise ship coming out in 2027. What are your thoughts? We get it right? We get it wrong? Let us know. We'd love to know down in the comments. And I can't wait to do this boat. This one's going to be fun.
I am excited. I can't wait to hear more about it. And I can't wait to hear what the next 3 are called. We'll have to do this for those 2 once we hear what the themes are.
Oh, you betcha. Before we go, we have to always thank the Phoenicians. So thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 142 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you aboard the Disney Believe.
Ahoy. Bye.
Thank the Phoenicians.
What is Sword Mick?
Sorcerer Mickey. You know, Sork Mick.
Right. Like, Mick? Sword Mick? What? Okay.